Hey guys, I recently told you that I wanted to talk about a video that I saw. I think I saw it on Ride with Bree. She does a delivery YouTube channel, and I think it was on there. So I'm going to look that up and share that with you guys. But she was talking about a lawsuit between DoorDash and Uber Eats. I think Uber Eats was suing DoorDash, saying something about DoorDash trying to have a monopoly. And anyway, some of the things that she discussed in her video, I have to agree with Uber Eats. I do feel like that is certainly the case in my area. So let me show you some clips from her video. I will also link the original video down in the description. So make sure you go check it out and let her know that you came from here if you're seeing it from here before you saw it on her channel. I'll tell you why I think that they're onto something and why I think that's exactly what is happening in my area and maybe in your area too. So let's go check it out now.
Uber has decided to sue DoorDash, believe it or not. So this is what's going on. Uber is accusing DoorDash of unfair business practices. And according to Uber, DoorDash is making it tough for restaurants to work with multiple delivery services. They're also claiming DoorDash is pressuring restaurants into exclusive deals, saying that if these restaurants also partner with Uber Eats, that DoorDash will hike up their fees or make them less visible on the app. And Uber has also made it clear that this behavior not only hurts their business, but also limits choices for both restaurants and customers. Now, of course, DoorDash isn't taking these accusations lightly. They've responded by calling Uber's claims baseless. A DoorDash spokesperson told Business Insider that Uber's lawsuit is unfounded and based on their inability to offer merchants, consumers, or couriers a quality alternative. In other words, DoorDash believes they're simply outperforming Uber, and that's probably why they're upset. Now, if Uber's claims are true, DoorDash's practices could mean fewer choices and higher prices for all of us when we decide to order food on the app. But on the flip side, if DoorDash is right, this lawsuit might just be a tactic by Uber to level the playing field.
I have to say that what Uber Eats is alleging, I think there's something to that. Also, if you're interested in seeing the rest of this video, I will link it in the description because obviously I'm not going to share the whole video, because if you do want to hear the rest of what she says, you should go watch her video. But it was her video that even made me aware that there was a lawsuit to begin with. I had no idea. And when I went back to find this video, I realized she actually posted this 3 months ago, which was before I ever even became a delivery driver. But I am going to do some more research into this, and I will share that at the end of this video. Okay, so here are the results of my research. I was not able to find much more than what Bree had already covered in her video from 3 months ago. So here is what I first found. Uber Technologies filed a lawsuit against DoorDash in February of 2025. So that's the reason why that it's only 3 months old, this lawsuit is. And they are alleging anti-competitive business practices that have negatively impacted restaurants, consumers, and Uber's own delivery services. And then, of course, the allegations by Uber. Bree already covered all of that, but you can see here where Uber argues that such practices limit competition, inflate prices, and restrict restaurant choices for consumers. I do believe that there's something to this because I think the way that the Uber Eats app is set up for delivery drivers is far superior to DoorDash. I much prefer Uber Eats over DoorDash as a driver, but I can tell from the very beginning, I could tell that they had a monopoly here. And I could not figure it out because Uber Eats seems so much easier to use as a driver and as a consumer from what I can tell. And so I didn't understand why DoorDash is so much more popular. And then after I have talked to other people it seems like it's not because DoorDash is more popular or that they're doing things better. It's just that it's the only option. So if I were given the choice, I would rather do my deliveries through Uber Eats. But Uber Eats does not have enough of the market. So that's why I have to also use DoorDash. And that's where I started thinking that there might be something to this. If DoorDash is pressuring businesses to only use them or to not use Uber Eats as much or something. I don't know all of the details, but I definitely think that is the case. And I've heard from some of you guys that Uber Eats is not as popular in your area. And I have to wonder if that might be because DoorDash is pressuring certain businesses. Let me know what you guys think. And if you've driven for both Uber Eats and DoorDash, let me know your opinion on that as well, as far as which one is the easier company to work with. Because my opinion is Uber Eats. I believe that the way that they have everything set up is so much better than the way that DoorDash is set up. And I hope they keep it that way. I hope that they don't start trying to follow DoorDash's example, because I don't like the way that DoorDash is set up. So here's the current status. The hearing on DoorDash's motion to dismiss this is scheduled for July 11th of this year. So I guess we'll find out then. And it does say the outcome of this lawsuit could have significant implications for the food delivery industry, potentially influencing how delivery platforms engage with restaurant partners and compete in the market. And then I did find some articles on the Wall Street Journal and on Business Insider. So let's take a look at these. And I will have these articles linked in the description as well. So this part right here just irks me. Where, okay, DoorDash said Uber's case has no merit, their claims are unfounded and based on their inability to offer merchants, consumers, or couriers a quality alternative. Oh, that made me so mad. Because, like I said, I like the way that Uber Eats is set up way better than DoorDash. There are so many things I dislike about DoorDash. The only two things I dislike about Uber Eats is number one, their map is really bad. It's really bad. Number two, I don't like that I can't see where I'm delivering to until after I have picked up the order. That's the only two things. But everything else is so much better. And that's my 2 cents. So thank you for going the second mile with me today.